कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, अरे कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो। साहब मिले सबूरी में, अरे साहब मिले सबूरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो।
Avadhuta Gita, chapter 1, verse 30. You are pure, free of the body, free of birth, free of decay, and free of differences and heterogeneity. Why are you confused about the Atma? How can you say that you are the confused one? You are pure, free of the body, free of birth, free of death, free of differences, free of heterogeneity. Why are you confused about the Atma? How can you say that you are the confused one? So why are you confused? Atma can never be the purpose of inquiry. You can never inquire about the Atma, the self or the truth. Never. All inquiry originates from the Atma. Now, how can you inquire about the Atma? Without the Atma, would you ever inquire? Would you ever really know, understand? Without the Atma, yes, you may collect certain information. But will it be possible for you to really understand? Then what does one want to know about? What is the right object of all inquiry? Dattatreya is saying, find out why you are confused. Look into your confusion. Inquire into your confusion, not into the truth. The truth will power the inquiry. The truth is behind the inquiry. The truth cannot be the inquired object. Instead of asking so much, what is God? What is Brahm? What is liberation? What is enlightenment? Simply ask, what is confusion? What is bondage? What is Maya? What is it that I remain busy in? What is all this conflict and contradiction in my head? Pay attention to that. Are you getting it? Instead, we let that remain. with all our conflicts and contradictions, we embark upon inquiring into the truth. I remain confused, and with all my confusion, I want to know about the truth. I remain violent, and with all my violence, I want to know about love. I remain divided, and with all my divisions, I want to know about oneness. In fact, my efforts to know love are just a poor ploy to retain my violence. I will not look at violence. I would rather go into the abstract question of love. Are you getting this? I will not look at the 1,000 ways in which I remain trapped and enslaved all day. Instead, I will talk about liberation and freedom. Dattatreya is saying, you are already that, free of birth, free of body, free of stains, free of corruption, free of death, free of differences, free of confusion. Now go and find out, how did you acquire all the differences, the confusion, the attachment with body, the attachment with mind, the feeling that you were born and would die? Go and figure that out. And figuring that out is very easy, because you will be helped by your master that you are, the Atma itself, the truth itself. What else will illuminate the false? What else will reveal the falseness of the false? The truth itself. Now you have two options. You remain in the false and search for the truth, as most people do. That is what is the dubious game of most spiritual seekers. What? Remain in the false and search for the truth. Protect your ego and look out for God. Either you can play that game, or you could be firmly seated in the truth and then inquire into the false. Which one do you want?
Firmly seated in truth.
You could either be seated in the false and then be inquiring into the truth, or you could be firmly seated in the truth and then be inquiring into the false. Which one do you prefer?
Actually, we can even drop the inquiry, no?
Actually, to be seated in the truth is to have eyes that immediately look at the false as the false. So now this inquiry is so spontaneous, so effortless, that you are not even inquiring. So you have very rightly said that inquiry becomes meaningless then. You see, when you are awake, when your eyes are open, do you say that I am seeing? Now seeing is your nature. You don't have to act to see. You don't have to plan to see. And these are limited eyes. With truth, you have eyes of the truth. They are not limited even by space and time. You just see. And that is real inquiry. I am fond of saying real inquiry happens in silence. Real inquiry happens when you are seated in the truth. When you are so silent that even the smallest of noises are detected by you. Have you noticed this? When you are yourself noisy, then noise doesn't matter to you. All the noises in the world would be around you and you would be failing to note them. But when you are deeply silent, then even a pin falling gets registered. That is inquiry. Now you just know. You didn't try to notice the sound of the smallest object falling. You just noticed. And that is real inquiry. To just know. Spontaneously, effortlessly, causelessly, just know. Know the noise without the knower. And how can you know the noise only without the knower? Because the knower himself is very noisy. If the knower is noisy, how will you know the faint noises? Noise can be known only in silence. And the knower is a very noisy entity. With the knower, you will never be able to know. In silence, there is no knower. There is just silence, so you know. Are you getting it? So, Dattatreya says, go and find out. How did you start believing that you are a limited body? That you carry all the sicknesses, diseases? Go and find out how you allowed your mind to be conditioned. How did it gain layer upon layer of differences, diversities, influences? From where did all that come? Figure that out.
Identification.
How did all that start? And when you are determined to figure out how all that happens, something strange happens. You see that all that did not happen in the past. All that is happening right now. Now you cannot curse or blame the past. Had it happened in the past and only in the past, you would have been free of it. If you feel that you are enslaved and stained and conditioned today, it is not because conditioning happened in the past, but because you are holding on to that conditioning even now. And only a hand driven by the false wants to hold on to conditioning. So even when you set off to inquire into events of the past, if the inquiry is genuine, you are immediately brought back to what is happening now. And you say, oh, I was cursing my parents for the education they gave me. I was cursing my religion for the way it formed my mind. I was cursing my society for all the habits it gave me. I was cursing my wife for her influence upon me. But I see that I am the one who is not shedding all those influences, effects, even now. By blaming them, I am just finding a way to continue with what I am. And what I am? The body identified, the conditioned, the influenced mind. I want to remain that. So I say, oh, what can I do? So much harm has been done to me in the past. I am a victim. And when I am a victim, I am helpless. Do you see this? That is the power of inquiry. It cures you immediately. You look into your mind, not with an intention Why must you not look at your mind with intention?
Because that will be mind.
Because all intentions come to the mind, and if you are really looking, you anyway cannot have an intention, because intention is desire, desire is incompletion, and real inquiry happens only when you are inquiring from the truth, and the truth is a point of completion. I am already alright. I am not inquiring with a desire. Yes, I am inquiring into the confused mind. Yet I am not inquiring with the intention of solving the confusion. This is a little paradoxical. I am looking into all the suffering of the world, but without an explicit intention of curing the suffering. I am just looking. I do not have an intention. No. I will not call my intention even compassion. No. I am just looking. Whether at myself, whether at my neighbor, whether at the world, I am just looking without intention. I just want to know what is all this going on. I want to know without an expectation that the knowledge will enhance me. The knowledge can do nothing to add something to me. I am already alright. And now I am inquiring. And now in this inquiry, falseness evaporates as if it were never there. Falseness has to evaporate because you are inquiring from the truth, from the right center. Are you getting this? So in inquiry, it is not at all important what you are inquiring into. It doesn't matter whether you are talking about the infrastructure in a city, a flying plane, science and technology, politics, sports, or spiritual matters. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you must inquire from the truth, not into the truth. Inquire from the truth. And that inquiry is in some sense a non-action, and hence, as was pointed out, really a non-inquiry. Do not become active inquirers. Real inquiry is always very relaxed, very passive, very smooth. It's like just looking without action, without violence, without expectation. Active inquiry is aggressive. It wants to invade. It wants to cut through. It has a motive, a purpose, an intention. Just know. Just know. Right? It is, I repeat, not significant what methods you adopt. It is also not significant what you are inquiring into. Go ahead. Pander to your mood. You want to inquire into why you like some dish. You want to inquire into why pink appears pink. You want to inquire into why it rains. You want to inquire into why the dog barks. You want to inquire into the origin of the universe. Go ahead. And it also doesn't matter what means you adopt. You can inquire technical means. You may say that you want to meditate to know. You may say that you want to go to a guru to know. You may say you want to read it from a book. Even the means of inquiry doesn't matter. Neither does the object of inquiry matter, nor does the means of inquiry. All that which matters is the seat of inquiry. From where are you inquiring? Inquire as someone who does not need to know. Ask the deepest questions as someone who needs no answers. And ask with all intensity and passion. Ask with all intensity and passion, but remain free of the need to get an answer. And that is real inquiry. And equally real inquiry is about not asking any questions at all. Someone is asking questions with great intensity and passion. And there is someone else who is very silent, not asking any questions. Not asking any questions in equal intensity and passion. He is also very intense. He is equally passionate. He is equally passionate in non-asking. Be in the truth, then inquire about anything, in any way. Go towards any place. Choose any road. But be right at the destination always. Stand at the destination, then go wherever you want to. Go afar, wander randomly. Lose yourself. And cry out, I am lost, I am lost. But stand at the destination first. Then all of this is quite cute. Otherwise it is tragic. Yes? No great conclusions are anyway going to come in your inquiry. Standing at the truth, whenever you inquire about something, one simple thing is going to happen. The thing along with the inquiry will vanish. So what conclusion are you going to come to? You inquired about confusion and the inquiry was genuine, so confusion vanished. Now what great conclusion can be there? So it doesn't matter what you are inquiring into and how you are inquiring into it. Just be surrendered to the truth and then do whatever you want to do. Yes?
So why don't we do anything being in truth? Why we choose to be seated at false?
Because the false too is sitting in the lap of truth. Now it is your choice whether you want to be directly in touch with the truth or you want to sit upon false, which in turn is sitting upon the truth. It depends totally upon you. Some people are fond of taking convoluted, long, indirect ways. What do you think? Even if you sink head deep into the false, you will be able to avoid the truth. The false is sitting in the truth. This way or that way, you will be where you are. Some people simply realize that they are sitting already at the right place. Others go on a long trip of the entire universe only to come back to their original position, only to come back to themselves. It depends. If you like tourism, then Maya is for you. You can travel the entire world. But it will be a very sick tourism because you will be traveling like a diseased man going from doctor to doctor. You will not be having the delight of the contented traveler. Either know that you are already home, or go and traverse the whole universe only to return to your home, to yourself. Choice is yours. You see, even God needs some people to be fooling around. He is very, very complete. But one thing he needs, jokes. For that he needs fools. And because there can be no foolishness in truth, he ensures that some people forget the truth. Only then there can be some really cracking jokes, hot jokes. They say God is totally perfect and complete. I have an issue with this. I do not feel that way. I think he is totally perfect, complete, but with a very deep need for humor. We provide that humor to him.